Folks, it is great to chat with you today. I am super excited about this special interview. This is normally we do nonfiction, but I'll tell you what, Joe, I was telling you pre-show, when I go on my Facebook, when I go on my Instagram, you are at bookstores signing books. It's powerful, man. So tell people, how are you doing this?
Great to see you again, Kary. As far as the signings go, I've found that local bookstores and even national chains, a lot of the Barnes and Nobles are very open to supporting local authors. And we set something up and we advertise it. And fortunately, we've been very successful bringing a lot of people into the businesses and selling a few books along the way.
I love it. I've told people that over the years that at least the Barnes and Nobles I know about, there is this it's like a community events person there. They're kind of the ones who manage that. And I love the fact that you're taking photographs too, because what I found, Joe, is that you probably have a lot of family and friends all over the world, like a lot of people, and they can't always show up at the events, but everyone is super curious. And so when you photograph that thing or put it on social media or put some videos up, people celebrate with you.
Yeah.
And, this is your second book.
It is.
With us. I want to show people here on Amazon. And we got Jill and Tanisha and others, and we're going across multiple channels today. But, you have the Decision that came out in 24. And then this is the second one, which is $1 Million Men. And pre-show, we were chatting that you have a third one coming out.
Yeah, that one's titled The Truth. And actually, the first 3 chapters of that book are at the end of $1 Million Men. So you get a little taste of the next one.
Talk to us about, first of all, what motivated you to write, because fiction is very popular. You already have some great reviews. This is amazing. But what motivated you, first of all, to be an author, write on this topic, and then give us a synopsis of each book, 1, 2, and then 3 coming.
So I started writing, you may recall, I started writing shortly after I lost my dad to Alzheimer's. And that was what inspired some of the subject matter around The Decision, which is the story of an attorney who is forced to make a decision, eventually choosing between doing what's right and protecting his family.
Wow.
The second novel that just came out, $1 Million Men, I've always been intrigued with legal thrillers, crime thrillers, and so I've been working on this series surrounding an investigative reporter, MJ Fernandez, and she finds herself in all sorts of crazy stuff. But this particular book, been fascinated, as I said, with legal thrillers, crime thrillers. Huge fan of John Grisham. One of my favorite books is A Time to Kill, and I know he's got The Widow, his newest novel, coming out later this month. But and then movies like Escape from Alcatraz and things of that nature. So it just kind of generated this conversation around prisoners and led to the book $1 Million Men, which is a story about prisoners that mysteriously disappear from the Walpole prison in Walpole, Massachusetts. So,
wow.
And
is this a real place?
It is. It is a real prison out here in Massachusetts, maximum security prison. So it's got a nice hometown flavor to it.
How far are you from Boston?
I'm about an hour 10 from Boston.
I was just in Boston this week.
Yeah, I saw that online. I was like, oh, if I known, we could have connected.
But you know what? I'm coming back.
That'd be great.
I'd love to see you November. But Boston's an amazing area, Massachusetts. My family went there the other year. And tell me about this prison. Why did you choose this prison?
The protagonists in the books and MJ, it's all Boston based. So I was searching for a facility that was in that general area, and Walpole immediately came to mind. So that's how Walpole got picked out of the hat.
I think that's awesome. Unlike you, I've only written one fiction book, Elixir Project, and I found the process fascinating. It was very hard in the beginning to write fiction, but I built it off of this Kenyon college, which is a real college. How cool is it when you write fiction that actually is in a real place? Did you travel near the prison when you wrote it?
Yeah, I've been around that area in the past, so I have a little familiarity with it. But to your point, a lot of the feedback I get about the books is around the fact that people can relate to the reality of the locations. They can say, geez, I know that area. I've been in Walpole. I've been near the prison. So I think it's great when you can tie some, at least geographically,
Yeah.
some information into the storyline that helps people make a connection.
So by having a physical place, you as the author traveling to that place can really feel it. You can write it easier because you're looking at the building perhaps, or these types of things.
Yeah, and actually the third book, called The Truth, that is a story that revolves around MJ, and you meet her college roommate who was adopted and eventually decides that she wants to find her birth parents. But that one I've actually based in my hometown of Canastota, New York, in upstate New York. So there's a huge element to that brings a lot of joy to my heart, just knowing that I've been able to find a connection for my hometown as well.
That is cool. So on that point, whether it's book 1, book 2, book 3, are they going to have these books in the actual location as well, like maybe some local stores or something? What are you thinking?
Yeah, no, I have been working with a lot of local bookstores, and have a number of consignment agreements with those stores. So a lot of local bookstores, you can find my books there, and certainly you can get them basically in any store, whether it's Barnes and Noble, whatever it might be. They might have to order it, but you can certainly ask, and they can find a way to get it to you.
I love it. So let's talk about, I was just on your website. I want to show people this. To me, this is why you're successful. And you might feel like, Kary, I don't know yet if I'm successful. Let me just tell you, Joe, I really think you are.
Oh, thank
because I can only think of one other author in my 20 years and my 2,000 books that we've published that has as many public appearances as you and doing these book signings. And listen, I don't care if there's 5, 10, 50 people, whatever, one person, but by being out there and being passionate about your book, I tell people all the time, like, no one's going to be as passionate about your story and book as you. And so if you don't get behind your book, people are not going to have their life transformed. I mean, the fact that you wrote book 1 based off your father's passing and Alzheimer. I mean, we buried my mother-in-law with that disease 4 years ago. Yeah. I mean, it's tough, man. And so in book 1, are you talking about that at all?
I talk a lot in book 1 about the disease. I've used the book as an opportunity. I'm also very active with the association. I'm actually the chairman of the board of the Mass New Hampshire chapter of the Alzheimer's.
I remember, yeah, from
the Alzheimer's Association. So what I've tried to do with book 1 is not only create a terrific, intriguing story, but also educate people around the association, around the disease, all of the support that the association offers at no cost, things of that nature. And a portion of the proceeds of all my books will go to and have gone to the Alzheimer's Association.
Wow. That's fantastic. So you don't need to tell me your long-term career plan unless you want, but you know, it's cool because we publish young authors. We publish, our oldest one was, I think, 79, Pat Gano, but you know, you're starting later in your career as a writer. What advice would you give? What do you see in the next 5 to 10 years? What do you think?
Yeah, so the advice I give, and it's funny you ask that. I have been very surprised by the number of individuals who will approach me at an event and ask me about writing, and some of them
Wow.
are teenagers and things of that nature. So that's been a benefit that I never expected. But the advice I tend to give is
Wow.
pretty straightforward, and that is, if you have an interest in writing, just write for yourself. If you try to write for someone else, it's just not going to have that same feel. And you know, for me, I started writing, published my first book, as you said, later in life. I guess 60 would be considered later in life, and very excited to have been able to do that. But the advice I received along the way is just, you know, when you start writing, don't worry about trying to make it perfect.
Yeah.
Just get it down on paper. You can make it perfect later. I think it might have been Stephen King. I saw a quote similar to that effect when I first started writing, and it struck a chord with me because when I first started, I was trying to make every sentence absolutely perfect, and
that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and it just wasn't working quite the way I wanted. And after kind of seeing that and getting that feel for that advice, that's when the words and the ideas and all of that started to flow much more freely.
Awesome. You generously included 3 chapters you mentioned of your newest book.
Yes.
In your second one. I think that's even a smart strategy. What was your goal by doing that? Is it a continuation, or you wanted to introduce the whole new book?
So this series, they are standalone storylines, but MJ Fernandez and a couple of other characters carry through all of the books. And
really?
and the purpose of the 3 chapters was twofold. One, to keep the story alive and let people understand that there's more coming, because the feedback I've gotten on the character on MJ, everybody seems to love MJ. I've done probably close to a dozen book clubs with my first book. And one of the key things that comes out of every single one is a comment about how much they love that character, which is really what's continued to inspire me to continue writing about that character and finding creative stories around her. So it's been terrific. So the 3 chapters is just an introduction to the next book to say, hey, for those of you that love MJ, there's more coming.
So I love this. In my fiction book, the main character is Sienna, a female. But I got to ask you, Joe, because I think I know the answer. I included components of my own personality, even in the female character. Do you think that you do that too with MJ?
I do a little bit. I've had a couple of people ask me how you, as a male, can write a strong female character. And my answer is relatively simple. I'm married and have 2 very strong daughters, so it's been easy to draw from that as well. But I don't think you can help but include some of your personal characteristics in the character. It helps you, at least for me, helps me bring that character to life, because I can relate to the character and the character speaks to me while I'm putting the words on the page.
I love it. No, it makes total sense to me. I can see, every book I've written, there is a transformative process. How do you think the books have transformed you?
It's actually, I think, opened my eyes in some ways to different aspects and creativity, and really thinking about life from different angles, and understanding that, hey, there's not just one view. People see certain things a certain way. And this has helped me kind of expand my viewpoint. And that's really led to additional opportunities to be creative around the storyline and the character development. So it's been great.
Folks, Salerno.com. I think it's super inspiring. Joe, I'm going to just straight up ask you, can I clip some pictures of you and promote you online? Because I just,
absolutely,
listen, man, I think this is so powerful.
Yeah, I would appreciate that. No, that's great, Kary. I would, absolutely.
I really would. So folks, go here. He's got events on a page. More coming up. You got October 9th, October 11th, December 6th, my birthday.
Well, happy birthday in advance.
I love it. I love it. You are out there, my friend. This one, where is this one? December 6th, Cranberry Highway Suite.
That's at the Barnes & Noble in Wareham, Massachusetts.
This is good, my friend. Well, you're doing great. What final words would you like to say other than, I'll say it for you, folks, is if you want an exciting book, it sounds like MJ is very compelling. And oh, by the way, book award winner, tell us about that.
Yeah, I was, someone encouraged me to throw my hat in the ring, and was named an International Impact Award winner earlier this year for The Decision. And through that same organization, I am currently a finalist for Author of the Year for 2025. And those awards come out, I think, at the end of this month. So keeping my fingers crossed.
That is huge, man. Well, good job. And again, I'm going to let you have the last word on what you'd like to say to your readers or future readers.
Well, first and foremost, I want to say thank you. Without all of you, supporting me, sending notes, leaving terrific reviews, and just coming out to support me at all of the events, couldn't have done it without you. And your inspiration is really what drives me forward to continue to create storylines for our friend MJ. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you. And secondarily, for those of you who have not yet experienced an MJ Fernandez novel, I hope that you do. She's a strong-willed woman who's got an absolute drive to always find the truth. And that's something that I think a lot of us in life need to think about and are thinking about. So I think there's a lot that's relatable, and I would certainly encourage anyone and everyone to give it a look.
Yeah. Well, I think truth is powerful. My favorite book says the truth will set you free.
Yes, it will.
Yeah,
yes, it will.
And that is the name of your third book.
The Truth. That's correct.
That's
cool. Correct.
That's cool. Well, folks, get a copy today. It's in multiple versions. Go out and find Joe at his next book signing. He's doing a lot of them, and he's really inspired me too. Like, because being an author is work. It's a commitment, and he's out there being in front of people, which is what it takes. And so really proud of you, Joe. Thanks for doing that.
Thank you, Kary. And if I could add one more thing, I am working to finalize it, but I think I can formally announce that The Decision, I'm moving that into an audio book later this year. So keep an eye out for that as well.
All right, man. Well, stick on with me when I end this, because I got a couple other cool things to tell you.
Oh, that'd be great.
All right, everybody. You have a great day. We'll see you.